Trump picture will change by lowering interest rates, and that's going to bring the dollar down. When the dollar goes down, gold goes up. The world has had enough of the United States hegemony, economic and geopolitical. Look what just happened in Peru. They built this huge port for shipping. China built it. So, yeah, China's going to do less business with America because of the, 60% tariffs that Trump is going to dump on it. But they're going to South America. They're spreading through Asia. They're spreading through Africa. The BRICS are real. It's the beginning of the end of United States hegemony. This country became the country that our founding fathers fought against. Great Britain, where the sun never sets on the British Empire. Oh, by the way, Trump is going to increase the defense budget. Mr. Peace, piece of crap. If you increase the defense budget, it's like $1 trillion, over $1 trillion when you put in the CIA and everything else. Anyway, China is spreading around the world. We became the country we hated, the UK, but here's why. The sun never sets on the British Empire. You have to say it properly. You have to speak properly when you're killing people and stealing and robbing. They destroy their economy with all their wars. End of story. The economy died because of their wars. Go back to World War I. After World War I, the pound collapses and the dollar gains strength because America was skyrocketing back then. We became the UK. All our wars, the countless hundreds of trillions of dollars spent since the end of World War II. There once was a man by the name of Dwight D. Eisenhower, 5-star general, Supreme Commander of the Allied Forces, 2-term American president. He warns the American people, this is a real man, that the military-industrial complex is robbing the nation of the genius of the scientists, the sweat of the laborers, and the future of the children. Here we are. You should see how rotten this country's become. The roads are all potholes everywhere. Bridges are collapsing. Go down to New York City, and I'm a city guy. Homeless people everywhere. People drugged out in front of you. Garbage all over the streets. People afraid to go out at night. I'm up in Kingston, New York. This is the first capital of New York State. I'm about 90 miles away. I'm down the city last week. I ain't getting into cabs. I keep asking the cab drivers, what's going on? 12:30 at night, New York City's dying. When I was a young guy in the city, we were going out at 1 o'clock in the morning. 12:30, older people my age, nobody out at night anymore. Only younger people. The thing's going down big. And again, going back, they've had enough of America, and America's destroying itself. So yes, I believe there's going to be, at some point, the dollar's not going to be major currency anymore. But again, it has to be a new currency, a brick currency, because China ain't going to make it either because they destroyed their country by their 3 years of zero COVID policy. And I want to make this clear too. I believe countries have to become more self-sustaining. Look what happened with the Russian war, with the Ukraine war. Biden and all these countries put strict sanctions on Russia. Companies fled out of Russia. What did Russian people do? They took over the companies that left. The GDP went up. No, they didn't die. They became more self-sustaining. They have the human and natural resources to do so. So too does China, and so too does America. But America's so dumbed down now, it's just pathetic. Listen to the speech by President John F. Kennedy, June 1963, to graduating students at American University. It's all about peace. And he starts talking about the Soviet Union. He said, no people suffered more during World War II than they did. And he went on, as I was saying, how many died. He said the land, the farms, the factories, the homes, they lost the equivalent of Chicago East. He said they're very brave people, and they're very scientifically and technologically advanced. We're taught to believe that everybody's so stupid and they don't have what it takes, and only America does. So let's look at some of Russia's allies. China, the second largest economy in the world. Oh, those lousy Iranians. We're taught to hate the Iranians all our lives. Very advanced technologically and scientifically, 91 million people. As I said, you're looking at, again, China building their bridge and road initiative throughout South America, Asia, Africa. America's only 345 million people. The days are over when it was after World War II when we were at the top, when everybody was down. It's a different time now. Well, you got China, 1.4 billion people. I agree with what Putin's saying. I am totally opposed to globalization. Let France be France, Italy be Italy, Spain be Spain, Germany be Germany, Austria be Austria. Let every country be their own. I remember when they went into the euro. I had friends from the Netherlands. And the father came over, mother and father came over. And they were, about 30 years older than me. The reason that they pushed the euro back then, people forget this, is that they figured, and the same with the whole NATO thing, that if all the countries were united, there would not be war. And these people that pushed it grew up during World War II. They lived through the horror of it. And they believed by unifying a currency, countries wouldn't fight against each other. Again, this is in ancient history. World War II is not that old. World War I isn't that old. And just keep going back. All the wars going on in Europe. So people believe that the euro would unite them. It's destroyed them. So I believe at some point there's going to be more and more populist parties and more of a pullback from the unionization of Europe. The bureaucracy all around the world is disgusting. Bureaucrats are pieces of slime that can't get a job and make money in the real world, so they get into the political system. Again, I was there. I know what it looks like. When I quit, none of my friends could believe it. I said, I'm not going to be a part of this junk. And then they become the most arrogant. You do what we tell you to do. I'm the government. You're just a piece of crap. We tell you what to do. All right? So they destroyed the country. And it's only going to get worse. Germany's what? The third largest economy in the world. And it's going down. And it's not going to recover. If Trump lost, you would have riots going on, but not unified. You get some crazy people doing crazy stuff, and they'll blow it up bigger than it is. Again, there's one of the things in America that want gun control. When some kid blows out somebody's brains, we got to control guns. If you want to get a gun, you can get a gun. There are 340 million guns or something out there. I'm saying they make a big situation worse. And by the way, if you want gun control, how about bomb control? The United States, sent 14,000, 2,000-pound bombs for Israel to blow Gaza into ruins, and now bombing Lebanon. So the hypocrisy of it. American people don't have the fight anymore. You look at the obesity rates in America. It's 42% of the Americans are obese. They can't find enough people to get in the military. They're too fat to fight. Once upon a time when I was a young guy, they had this thing called the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. It was huge. Step right up, step right up. See the fat man, see the tattooed lady, see the lady with the beard. You don't have to pay to see it anymore. They're out in the street. You can see them for free. This country doesn't have to fight anymore. Understand what's going on in the Israel war. People take sides. I get stupid mail, because I'm against the war. I launched Occupy Peace, by the way, over a decade ago. I had major rallies up here in Kingston, New York. Scott Ritter, Judge Napolitano, top people. So because I'm against war, I get an email that says, I'm Jewish and I support Israel. Okay. I'm Italian, I support Mussolini. I'm German, I support Hitler. I mean, how stupid can you be? How about supporting peace? So, that's my major concern is war. Because one of my sayings is when all else fails, they take you to war. You could go to History Today. Go to Google, type in Franklin Roosevelt seizes Japanese assets. July 26, 1941. August, September, October, November, December, Japan bombs Pearl Harbor. Franklin Roosevelt seizes all Japanese assets in America. You know why? Those dirty Japanese invaded French Indochina. Wait a minute. French Indochina? What the hell are the French doing in Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam? Oh, we're stealing their rubber, their tin, rape, pillage. We're the French. We're the French Foreign Legion. Algeria. We could go anywhere and steal and kill what we want. Hey, wait a minute. I'm an American. What the hell do I care about this? The Dutch and the English, again, united with the United States, they cut off 3/4 of Japanese trade and 88% of their imported oil. They only import 100%. Can't understand why they bombed Pearl Harbor. When all else fails, they take you to war. The world was in the Great Depression. Go back to 9/11, the dot-com bust, little Georgie Bush's poll ratings in the toilet, a little boy of nothing. 9/11, fake real estate boom, followed it. Go back to the Israel war. 2 days after the Hamas attack, reports came out that the United States and Egypt warned Israel that this was going to happen. And later, from Haaretz, the Israeli newspaper, they said they had the warning. What was going on before that happened? 39 weeks of major protests throughout Israel because of Netanyahu's Judicial Reform Act that said, I don't got to go to court to be brought up on the charges that they're bringing me up on. We're killing the judicial reform and the politicians will be in charge. Not my language, the language of Isaac Herzog, the president of Israel. There was a civil war going on. When When all else fails, they take you to war. Everybody forgot about that. That's my major concern. The global economy is going down. You look at the data. Oh, how about those oil prices, huh? Oh, Brent crude only about what, $71, $72 a barrel? Because demand is way down? Why is demand down? Take a look at, even before Trump came in, the decline of copper prices, of platinum, palladium, one after another, all going down. Oh, they call it Dr. Copper because copper is used in everything from high tech to heavy industry. Demand, that's my major concern, war. Again, Trump talks peace. We'll see if he's a piece of crap or he delivers. If he delivers the peace, you can see positive economic growth. If he doesn't, my major concern is more war. And there's a thing called the Samson option, by the way. Again, all Israel is a bully, picking on little kids. What do you got, tiny little Gaza? What is it, about the size of Manhattan? Oh, we're bombing the hell out of Lebanon? Oh, let's see, 5.7 million people in a country the size of Connecticut? And what is the United States so far? He's given them $20 billion plus in weapons to keep this war going. What do they got in Hamas? They got rifles? What do they got in Lebanon? They got nothing. They don't have the tanks, the weaponry to fight back. Oh, you're going to beat Iran? 91 million people? And what do you got, 9 million people in Israel? And about, 10? And you got about 2 million of them are Arabs. So you got, about 7 million, 8 million people? 8 million against 91 million? Who's going to win? There's a thing called the Samson option. Israel says if they lose, they go nuclear. And they have between 200 to 400 nuclear warheads. That's my major concern. And I want peace on earth. I'm a warrior for the Prince of Peace. I fight for peace. I put my money where my heart and soul are. Again, these are some of my books. Trends 2000, international bestseller. Trend tracking, far better than Megatrends Time magazine. I've been at this going on 45 years. You don't always get everything right. Nobody does. But we'll put our track record up against anybody in the world. Oh, one of our top trends this year? EVs go FU. Oh, you see EV sales going way down? We warned about this going back to 2017, that this is not the answer. So we don't sell the hype like the prostitutes do, the media whores that get paid to put out by their corporate pimps and government whoremasters. We give you the facts, our trend forecasts, and the bottom line is think for yourself.